We're live on the scene as the National Supers Agency prepares to transport 3 notorious villains away to a maximum security prison. I think I speak for the entire city when I say, thank you, Incredibles, for saving us.
No thanks are necessary. It's all part of the...
Whoa. I should be the one thanking the Incredibles. Do you have any idea how hard it was to get Snoring Gloria, the Hoarder, and my old pal Baron Von Ruthless together in one place? In fact, I'm so happy to see you guys, I think I'll throw a party. This is just a taste of the chaos my friends and I are about to unleash on this city. Catch y'all later!
Hi everyone, this is Dizzy, and Disney Infinity's Incredible set starts with a boom, like a whole lot of booms actually, and I really like that this is the first thing you see when you start up the Incredibles playset, because it's sort of like a set piece as best as Disney Infinity can do it. Lots of crumbling scenery, lots of explosions, lots of stuff flying everywhere, and it fits with the whole toy theme of the game, because you know, this is what you do when you play with toys as a kid. There's lots of explosions and pew pew kaboom sounds, and lots of flinging your action figures around through buildings you're pretending on fire, lots of platforming, lots of breaking water towers. So, the Disney Infinity Incredibles playset is a beat-em-up with some platforming elements mixed in, but mostly a beat-em-up. And I really fondly remember this first section because it's just really cool. It's just really cool platforming around a harbor on swinging crates and stuff. There's missiles flying everywhere and there's funky jazz music. The platforming's not hard or anything like that, but, you know, it gets the really cool stuff across that it means to. The attack button is Y, which is a little weird for me personally, but, that's okay because it fits with the game this is based on, which is Toy Story 3 Sandbox mode. We can also pick up and throw enemies, which is way more fun than punching them, I think. Because it's like an instant kill if you throw them into water. You can also pick up other stuff and throw it at enemies, but I don't think that's as fun as throwing enemies into water. I also like how they make a bunch of sparks when they hit the ground. That's really cool. The cops, the little toy cops, will try and shoot at the Omnidroids, but sometimes they'll hit you instead because they're not great shots. But they try, and that's what matters most. We can also pick up the cops and kick them and throw them around. So, a mechanic this game has that I don't really understand is that, you can approach kiosks and get stuff out of it, like toys or cars or weapons and stuff. But you don't actually need to use these kiosks. Oh, by the way, if we throw the people into cars, when they come back out, they'll be wearing the appropriate outfit. So, like, if we throw them into a police van, they'll be wearing a police outfit. But if we throw them into, a fire truck, they'll come out as firemen. But as I was saying, the kiosks, you're supposed to be able to get stuff out of them, but you can just grab stuff whenever you want and have it instantly teleport to you, even if you're not using a kiosk, so I don't know what the kiosks are for. Our goal after that harbor section is to walk around and help police officers with various issues, like some of the citizens are trapped in rubble, and we can either break the rubble with our car, which is super easy, or we can just jump out and punch the rubble if our car gets stuck, which is also super easy. We can also run over the Omnidroids with the car if we wanna, and that does damage them, but punching the Omnidroids honestly kind of easier than hitting them with the car, even though hitting them with the car is more fun. Wow, I forgot how well I memorized the missions in this game. Probably tried a little too hard, because this game's kind of casual. Even if there's some depth to the combat mechanics and juggling and stuff. There's a lot of missions in this game, like a whole lot. 1 out of 3 cops assisted. There's always an arrow telling you where to go, and if you want to complete a different mission than the one the game gives you by default, you can go into the mission menu and select a different one, and an arrow will appear for that one instead. The arrows are always super accurate. The super pun wasn't intended, but it can be if you want it to be. Wow, that seems like a really efficient way to catch buildings on fire, but maybe just one Omnidroid per building would be sufficient, so that way he could catch 2 buildings on fire. I guess it's not efficient at all now that I think about it that way. When you throw people into telephone booths, they wear masks like a superhero, which is such a cute detail. I love that so much. Let's stop these Omnidroids from catching the building on fire, or catching it on any more fire than it already is, by running them over. And then, just like before, we punch a water tower, and that fixes the problem. So it may not be super obvious, or maybe it is super obvious, but this is definitely an open world beat 'em up, which is really cool. I like this city. There's lots of platforming to be done on rooftops, and rooftop platforming's super cool, because heroes are good at rooftop platforming. If Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has taught me anything. Speaking of rooftop platforming, there are citizens stuck on the rooftops because they jumped up here while they were fleeing from Syndrome. And we can grab them and throw them to safety. Safety being that little circle right there. And if we aim it just right, we don't have to jump down with them. We can just throw them. It's really nice seeing that confetti pop up after you do something good. There's rail sliding in this game. It's not, like, super in-depth or anything, but it adds to the platforming a little bit, the parkour-style platforming. Alright, that's everybody helped. Let's get out of here. Man, I really love this game. And most of the original Disney Infinity playsets. The playsets are basically their own games, so I'm just gonna call it a game, alright? I'm just gonna call Disney Infinity Incredibles its own game. I like that one of the Omnidroids lands on the rooftop, because that means you gotta pay attention to that one sniping you. There's no penalty for dying, but just like Lego, I think it's more fun if you try not to die. Also, the combat in this game is more in-depth than the Lego games and stuff, so it's more fun not to die in this one, I think. Now, my sisters may disagree, but, I think it's more fun to avoid dying in this one. You know how I said paying more attention to that guy that was trying to snipe you is important? I guess I didn't listen to my own advice, because I'm going after him last. I hope it's kind of obvious how fun this game is and why it's fun, because if it's not, I don't know how to explain it better than the game's showing you right now. It's just really cool. It's just a really cool and fun game. Ah yes, Edna piloting her own personal helicopter. As people do, and someone else took it away from her, which I guess she's fine with it. She didn't seem too upset or anything. So we can go into the toy store to buy stuff with the sparks and money we unlock. But yeah, the stuff you buy in the toy store, a lot of the time, it's like actual toys. It's really cool. Even stuff like bridges looks really like just like a toddler's toy slash early, preteen toy, I guess is, how I describe it. But look, you can see it looks like a toy, right? That bridge looks very much like a toy. There's a really cool section coming up that you'll see in a second that I think would make for a great real-life playset. And I'm kind of surprised it isn't one, but I don't know how good, the original Disney Infinity sold, so maybe making a real toy set out of any of this stuff, aside from the 8 figures, wasn't a great idea. So how we unlock our super cool superhero headquarters is with more parkour style platforming on the mural. And I really like it, because, I don't know, I really like environmental platforming, and I especially like environmental platforming on stone. And I don't know, I probably can't explain why. Why that is. But it's fun. And here's that really cool thing that I think would make an awesome toy set. Like, we're not quite there yet, but we almost are. Most of the music in this game, by the way, is what's the word I'm looking for? It's music they paid for. It's music they paid someone else for. and I don't mean they commissioned the music by hiring a composer for the game. I mean, they got this from a music library and just kind of stuck it in there. So even though the music fits and they did a good job picking the music, I really would have preferred an original soundtrack, because I don't know, I just prefer original soundtracks, because I really like hearing what people thought should sound like this. Alright, here we go. Here's the cool thing. So we go in here, and then this whole place unfolds. Look at that. Tell me that wouldn't be like the most super cool toy ever. The way this place is like a giant statue and stone mural, and then unfolds into some headquarters with a bunch of buildings and people inside of it. It looks like one of those super expensive $80 play sets. Also, there are advertisements for toys. Not real toys, but the fictional toys you can buy. And that was an advertisement for the training building. Training facility, I guess, which is where we learn about our super moves, which is super important.
I gotta say, it's good to be back.
Pun again, not intended. I just say the word super a whole lot. Wow, these toy ads are a lot more frequent than I remember. This one's for the prison, which is important for story-related reasons. But that's probably enough for this first video, and then next time I'll play with all the really cool, shiny, new stuff.